Hello everyone. So, welcome to day 38. Yesterday, we look out for the settings of PyTest and then we tested out the user interface or the user's API. Now today, we will look more into it and test the profile APIs using PyTest and check whether everything is going correct or not. So let's get back to the Jira and check that. Is that the correct thing or we have started that? So let make it in progress. And then let's move to code. So in the code part, now in profile we know we require some headers. So to add that, what we do, again we will set up the PyTest, and what we do, we create some of the tokens using this method def auth headers, and we generate the token for this user. But this user doesn't exist. So we set up one user here in the again in the test user, and again it is added in the configuration of the PyTest. So now after adding all of those things, what we do? We will do a testing of this a new file of profile test. So name must be test underscore profile underscore API dot py. So now again, what we do? We will write def test profile get success. Now this should contain client, headers, and test user, because we will test for those things. So what we do? We will send a response is equals to client dot get, because it's a get method, and we write the what do you say, route of the API. So that is API slash profile, and we will pass the headers. Comma. Now what we send? We will send data. So let's see in the profile API what it requires. To get, we require username. So let's send the username. And what the username is? Username is test user. Now we will assert, check that it is correct. Response.json, and it message must be equals to this. Similarly, what we do? Profile test get missing username. But but to make you clear, we have made a mistake here, and we will come back to it at later stage, because that's the thing you need to understand, that username, why we user will send that. We must fetch that from our own backend system, that is using the token. So for now, let's see what does it fetch if there is no username. So it must give the message username required. And then again we will test get username user not found. So let's write to 1 and this will be 40404. All right. So let's test this. Right now, let's say if we want to test only test profile API. Sorry about it. So we will test that as well. Sorry. Sorry about that. That is the auth headers. So we need to use auth headers. So let's change it everywhere. So we can only test profile. So there's now it's only picking these three items and checking. So one it says pass and one it says warning and two error. So let's see what does it says. Uh, integrity error because okay. So let's see from starting. Okay, sorry. This should contain username, but it should be missing. it is blank. So let's clear this and let's remove this. So let's say this is empty. So now missing username passed, and it doesn't pass get user not found and get data. So it passed basically. So we are matching a different result. So actually it is not finding that user. So let's try this. And now I guess it will give. So let's try this. Again, it is showing failed. So let's check the config test. So let's check something. Where to check? So yesterday, this was not a thing. So delete this. It's yeah here for this code and this configuration. We are getting this error. So let's resolve this error first. Got it. So basically, we have set user ID as UUID, right? str of UUID4, and for that we have to import from UUID import UUID4. and its sync problem in. So let's see now. I hope it will not send the error at least. So what we understand from that, that it is saying that user ID auto generated, but it is not auto generated. We have tested something, like we tested by giving it a creating by user UUID. And now it says, again it says fail. So let's see the models, what we are missing. Created at. So we have also have to add that as well. Created at equals to datetime dot now, and from here we have to import from datetime, import datetime. I know what the error is. So error is here because of datetime now. We have not added the comma. So now error will get resolved. I hope so. By that time, let's write the other profile as well. Sorry, other test cases. That is for put. So profile, and now there is put only. So we are in the put. It says repassed. Now in the put we will send all of this data: email, username, password, phone. So put success. First is put success. That will be um, comma test user dot username, comma password, test user dot password, comma phone, test user dot phone, comma email. Response code is 200. I guess 201. So let's check this if everything goes correct successfully, and 202. Now similarly, this should be missing username. So let's say username is missing. So it will be say 400. Username required. Missing password. Again it will be 400. You can see 400, 400, 400. Password required. Missing phone. Phone number required. Missing email. Email required. Now, what does other test is required? User not found. Let's say this is a test user, but that is actually not existing. So let's test this itself. And for all the test cases it must pass all based on our assumptions. So now you can see it collected all the 9 test cases and it's checking. Now you can see it 6 failed. This must be 404. So now, if you can see assert get success. Put success is 202. Profile put success. Yeah, this response code is 200. It's checking for those things. Okay, so now what I made a mistake, you will get to see that from here. So it must be put. So that's why I'm getting that errors. So now it's a final test running. I hope now it will pass all the test cases. So it's collected 9 items, all the test cases are passed. Hooray! So now you know you one item failed, user not found. So let's say something like test 5. That might be taken from the database of the actual server, and that might present. So that can be the case. So let's check you test 5. We know that that doesn't exist. It should be user not found. And you put missing password. So now I hope it will pass all of those things. So it will filter by user. So now you know why the mistake is there, because now using this, you know that this must have not found the user, but it will always found the user by this method. So username not required here. So that is a mistake you are able to get through testing. So that is the thing we need to check on. So we need to always make sure this. So now this must not be there. Okay, there can be one more condition. So let's say you want to change the username itself. In that case, Now this should be above this, and based on the else condition. And if it changes anything, everything is fine, then it will work. So let me show you. Now it will pass all the test cases. So that's the thing we will test on daily basis of the other APIs as well. So let's see for this first. Okay, so this uh, on this part it will never get to go that because it is just for changing the username. So whenever there is a user not found case is there, it is just using that username to change the username of the current user. So that could not be possible. So this must be always 202. So it will never fall to that condition. So this must not be there. And it must give a session of this. So now you will see this messages. So I hope you may able to be able. I hope you understand that how to use this testing for profile page, and we have tested the profile each and every API, and we can see every test case is passed. So tomorrow we will talk more about the test cases for different APIs, and we will generate test cases, test that, and check everything is working fine or not. So that is for now today. Thank you.